Many of the people who are my critics, both on the religious side of things as well as on the spiritual side of things, will often ask, why do I still read the Bible, the Christian Bible, or why do I still quote from it at times if I don't believe in it? And it's not so much a belief in the book itself. It is a belief in the worship of deities, the belief in the process of Yeshua or the Abraham and all of them. That level of worship, that level of fear, that level of guilt and shame, those are the things that I have eliminated. The cultural additions to the book, rules and regulations and how to be, those are the things that I have objections for. But within the book, as within all books, there are levels of wisdom that can be gained once you have opened your third eye, once you have filled your body with light. And in speaking of that, I'm going to show you one of the ways that once you have opened your chakras, to utilize that format, you will be able to see the code that is within the book. You may see them before you fully open them, but it becomes even more apparent after you have elevated your consciousness to a certain level. So we're going to start with a book that's not even in the Christian canon, but it is a book that was read by many Christians during the early 1st, 2nd, 3rd century of Christianity, before they were brutally massacred by Theodosius and everyone and all of Christendom after that, which is the Gospel According to Thomas, a book that was found in Nag Hammadi, and it is considered one of the few lost Gospels. Some of the books for the Nag Hammadi library are not considered Gospels because they're not structured in that same way, but the Gospel of Thomas is the book of sayings. And in the second saying, well, the first saying is those who come to understand this will never taste death. So you come to an understanding that there's no such thing as death when you read that part. But what I want to center on is the second saying. The second saying, it says that seek and ye shall find, and when you find, you will be disturbed. After you are disturbed, you will marvel and you will reign over all. Everything else I'm about to go over, keep that in your mind. Seek and you shall find. When you find, you will marvel. You'll be disturbed. It's going to bother you. That process of going from Christianity or Islam or any other religion into consciousness, into spirituality, is a difficult process because you have to shed so much of everything that you are holding your earthly attachments to. But after you are disturbed, you will marvel at what you now see, because the third eye allows you to recognize how all things are connected. So let me show you some of those connections and what you may actually call a code that is within the Christian Bible. So you'll marvel and you'll rule over all. This is not to rule over all people, but it is to rule over yourself, to rule over your consciousness, who you are in the true understanding of the kingdom of God. Because in Matthew 6:33, it tells you to seek ye first the kingdom of God. Now, for most people who are under doctrine or dogma, then the kingdom of God is a place that you go to once you leave this existence. But what is the kingdom of God? Well, Luke 17:21 says that the kingdom of God is within you. So if you're seeking first the kingdom, and the kingdom is within you, it is not a faraway place. It is not a place after death. It is not a place that is promised after Revelations. It is a current place inside of you. You are the kingdom of God, not the church, not the congregation. So it's not the building, nor is it the people. It is you for your life during your time. And then 1 John 1:5 says, God is light. That they have been taught that God is light. Light is something you cannot see. We see light in the prisms of the spectrum of going through the prisms of water, and we see the rainbow. We see it in color and frequency once it goes through a spectrum. But just pure light, you cannot see. Without something in front of it, you cannot see light. So how do we find this light? Well, Matthew 6:22 says that the light of the body is, well, the light the light, in order to light up the body, that and be filled with that light, then your single eye must be clear. I know I messed that part up. Yeah. But in order to be filled with light, and if light is God and God is the kingdom and the kingdom is within you, in order to have that light, then it says that your single eye, that the gateway to that light is through your eye. And that if that single eye, third eye, is clear, then your body will be filled with light. Now, where biologically and how we talk today did this also come about? Well, we look at Genesis 32:30. Jacob, he wrestled with God, and after wrestling with God, he was filled with light and saved. And he named that place pineal. What is the pineal gland? The pineal gland is your third eye. It releases your DMT that allows you to dream, that allows you to take your mind into an entire new realm of space and understanding. But it is there that after wrestling with yourself, and go back to Gospel of Thomas. Gospel of Thomas said that you will be disturbed. Jacob was disturbed and fought. After fighting, and this could be a fight within yourself, you come to an understanding that allows you to be filled with light. How does this work with the chakra system? We know that in your base chakra, the first three are matter plane existence. It's blocked by your foundation chakra is blocked by fear. Your sacral chakra is blocked by guilt. Your power chakra, solar plex chakra, is blocked by shame. Your heart chakra, where there becomes a 90-degree turn into the spirit realm, is blocked by the loss of love and the fear of loving. Your throat chakra is then blocked by the lies that you tell yourself. We're constantly telling ourselves the lies of what we have been taught in the dogma and doctrine that you've been given over your entire life. But once you elevate from the matter plane of existence of not living in fear of anything, you see, you can't live in you can't overcome fear if you fear hell, if you fear God, if you fear anything. You are living in fear. And I know some will say what is a righteous fear, a fear of respect. But no, any level of fear blocks your chakra. And if the first chakra is blocked, the energy doesn't flow. If you live in guilt, the guilt that others have put on you, guilting you to remain in this religion, to stay in this religion, to stay in this framework, to stay in this dogma, this doctrine, then you are stuck. If you internalize that and you've made mistakes and you've lived a life that is not becoming of a great person, a great conscious spiritual being, you make mistakes and you cannot forgive yourself for that mistake, you live in shame that you kill your own self with. And then you will have love and you will lose love. It's a part of life. But true love is to be able to let love go sometimes, to let people go, to let situations go. When you can do that, when you can accomplish those things, and you are opening yourself up to love, then you move forward. And then you start to realize that the lies you've been telling yourself are just the lies that you've been growing up with. And it's up to you to stop living those lies and to start living in the truth of who you are, the truth of where the kingdom is, the truth of your divine spiritual being. Once you've done that, you can open your third eye by realizing how all things are connected. Nothing is separated. Nothing is separate. That everything in the universe functions in balance. Good and evil, chaos and order, all functions in balance. That's why in Isaiah he said that I created evil and I created good. I created the chaos and I created the order. I created calamity and I created peace. All those things must be created because they live on the pole. And they're all the same depending upon the vibrational pattern that you're on. When you realize these things and you open up your third eye and your single eye is clear, at that point, your body becomes filled with light. Your body becomes the kingdom. Your spirit, your ka, can now rise and you can walk in the wisdom of that. And when you walk in the wisdom of that, your crown chakra opens and you release all earthly attachments, realizing that all the doctrine and all the dogma has been here to hold you captive, even if it's based on race, even if it's based on nationality or whatever you want to call it. It's holding you down, holding you back. So I still read, I still seek, I still come to understand. I am no longer disturbed. I marvel and I continue to reign over all of me. From the spiritual plane, the matter plane, on all planes of existence, I rule because I am the kingdom and I am light and you are the kingdom and you are light.